penis with the prepuce covering it, and then the scrotum is right here, okay? So I'm going to cut into the scrotum first. And so I'm just cutting through the skin that's underneath all the fur. This guy has, he's a bigger cat, and so he has bigger testes than the other one did. And they're more firmly attached as well. Come on, let go. He doesn't like me rooting around in here. I don't think I can blame him. Okay, so when you're coming up here, you got to be careful because you don't want to accidentally cut your spermatic cord, which is why I didn't want you guys rooting around in there until you knew what you were doing. So I'm just kind of pulling down on the testis so I can see. So there's a bunch of fat covering it, right? But if I follow my spermatic cord up, so here's my body wall, right? I'm going to keep following.
So the spermatic cord is connected to the testes?
Yes.
Okay. Because the testes is the bottom flat?
Well, it's a ball. I mean, it's a round little...
It looks flat.
I know, it's kind of flat when I'm pulling on it, right? But it's roundish. It's kind of egg-shaped, I guess. Okay, and so I'm going to clean up along my spermatic cord so that I can find my inguinal canal, okay? And so just at the point where my spermatic cord enters the body wall, which is more or less right here, there's my inguinal canal. So it's a hole. I'm making it bigger when I stick the probe through it, but it's a naturally occurring hole, okay? And so it's spermatic cord, and then once you go through the hole, then you can see, I'm going to take this fat out of here. Okay, then you can see the vas deferens, right, which is this little white tube. And so the vas deferens carries the sperm from the testis into the body and up over and down toward the penis, which we'll get to in a second. Okay, and you can also see the spermatic artery there. This, along with the vas deferens, along with the spermatic vein, make up the spermatic cord down here. Okay, so that goes in there. Let's disrobe the penis now.
So for that spermatic artery, can we just say gonadal?
Yes, you can say gonadal if you like. Okay, so here's I'm cutting back the prepuce, or the foreskin. Yeah, and so we're going to kind of trim along the edges just a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. This one, you can see the barbs on it. You can actually see how it looks like it's bumpy.
Yeah.
Those are the little barbs that I was talking about that, you know, scratch the female so that she ovulates. Okay, so there's our penis, right? So I cut open the prepuce. Okay, on our testis, it's got all these like layers of wrapping around it. If we pick off enough of those, you can't really see the epididymis now, but if you pick off enough of them, you can see the epididymis. It kind of sits on the side of the testis. Okay, there's our inguinal canal, our vas deferens, all right? The other testis is still inside the scrotum. I didn't mess with that one. Okay, I just sort of left that alone. And if we would like to try to see the connection between the penis and the urethra and the vas deferens, we gotta kind of get going into here a little bit. And we're gonna kind of crack our pelvis open again. Okay, and so if you clean this out enough, you can pick out a ton of fat in here. But if you pick out all this fat, you can eventually find the urethra, and then from there you can find your vas deferens. Okay, so you see I didn't clean this off completely, but it's pretty good. Okay, so this tube here, that's the urethra. Okay, and then behind it are our little vas deferens. Here's the cat's left and the cat's right, and then they go down, and if you clean this out enough, you can ultimately follow along until you see where they hook up with the penis, which is inside there.
That's the bladder then, right?
This is the urinary bladder, yes.
Okay.
Okay?